problem.
None whatsoever.
All right. I mean, do it. Cue it up.
All right, ladies and okay. I forgot to fix something. I would say it's time for Tech Talk Thursdays for Thursday. Oh shit! Why can't it still be October? Just why?
Remember the 5th of November.
Oh,
the
fuck,
gunpowder,
it is.
treason, and plot. It is Guy Fawkes Day.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Yes.
Oh shit! And hopefully Georgia's about to flip blue. But I forgot. We had Anka here last week, but I forgot to fix something. So we got an error 404 showing up in Sin's spot. I should probably take a look at that.
Also, you want to make sure that wait, let me refresh it first. Yeah, you might want to check your game title and your actual title.
Look. All I know is that I was too busy just watching Jay Tapper just go at people today.
Yeah, today is definitely a good Jay Tapper.
Oh, the best. Just the best. But yes, it is.
What is it?
I don't know. I got busy. I got the typing and kind of forgot what I was saying. I mean, I can't do two things at once. Let's see.
Take your time.
All right, I think I got to fix now. Yep, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all here for Tech Talk Thursdays for November 5th, 2020. Of course, I'm joined this week and every week by KKS Gaming.
Oh.
And
you were joined this week, but not last week, by me.
Yes, I'm pretty sure you would have loved to, Cinziak. I'm pretty sure you would have loved to stay on vacation.
Yeah.
Hell to the no. So let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. Let's talk about it real quick. So I went on vacation to go and see a friend. Several precautions were taken. One of them being I did not take a plane.
Smart.
To where I was going. I went and rented a car and only did like the car things. We spent the rest of the time walking and all this other stuff. And I was the first person that this friend I was going to visit had seen or allowed in their home in months. They were just like, we go outside, we keep a respectful distance. Like I'm talking to you from the front porch because we're not trying to pass things around.
Right.
So knowing how we were about taking precautions and everything else, we were just kind of like, all right, we're going to do this over here. We're going to do that over there. And it was good. Had a good time, gave each other lots of hugs. Like, it was one of those things like, he was like, I haven't been able to sleep as well. And then, like, just having other friends come by and being able to be like a whole human for half a second. Like, she was sleeping for extra hours in the day and everything. It was a wonderful time. I did a lot of walking. But also, where she lives, I had to drive through Kentucky to see that look right there. I don't even have to explain. I had to drive through Kentucky to get there and to get back home. I would like to let you know, when I left the first time, I made a point of only being in states that I considered dangerous for that drive during daylight hours only.
Makes sense.
And also, not stopping. I need to emphasize, not stopping. Like, I kept, the state has this many miles, let me stop and make sure I fill up this tank, because we're not stopping in this state. I'm trying not to live. P.S. On a related set of things that you just should not ever talk to another black person about, when we tell you about the level of precautions we have to take during travel to make sure that we don't end up in weird places after dark. Because I drove at like midnight to make sure that when I got to the place that I thought was dangerous, the sun would be up, so that at least if something happened, everybody saw it.
Right.
But also, your boy wasn't stopping in Kentucky nowhere. Not to pee, not for gas. I would have just been broken down the side of the road and waiting for a tow truck to come and take me all the way down to Tennessee, which isn't much better, but at least it's not Kentucky.
Right.
See, all right, for me, there is one place in Kentucky I will stop mainly because I know people there, and it's
Like,
a small town called Paducah. And shout out to the folks in Paducah.
I don't know anybody in
Yeah,
Kentucky.
see, I know, I know like 5 people in a small town. So it's like, and they're all POC. So it's like, all right, great. I'm gonna stay here.
When I drove back home on the way there, there were 5 flags on the truck. 2 of them were Blue Lives Matter flags. 2 of them were Trump Pence flags. One of them was an American flag, and I was just like, please do not see my black ass in this white car. I am like an hour away from the border of this state, and they did it. And then I got out in Tennessee, and I'm just like, there are too many of y'all at this gas station with no mask on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go ahead and get this gas, get back in the car, and I will just pee when I get home.
Yep.
People are still out here doing. People are still out here doing too much, and I also did not want to be on the road during any election time.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave the house today, but I had to. I had to do some work
Although
related things, but
Not too bad.
Although I will say, where I am, if y'all have been looking at a Georgia electoral map, I'm in one of the blue spots, so it's like significantly safer.
Yeah,
for
same
me
here.
To be out and about doing things.
Not me.
oh, I'm sorry.
Nope. I live in the red ass zone.
How
You know
red? How red was it though?
I'm saying like I'm not saying it's like sundown red,
Oh, okay.
but I definitely would say no less than a few Confederate monuments. Like affirmed Confederacy, but not close to a sundown.
Oh, okay.
So right. Because no matter what nobody tells you, sundown towns exist.
Oh, yeah.
Still, there is a reason why there is an urban legend about, and almost every black person I know will be able to tell you this story. You better be inside when the street lights come on.
Right.
Period. We're not outside after dark. We don't do it.
No.
There's nothing that happens after that time.
Right. Like, there'd just be some times when when I was with one of my lady friends, and it's just like I'm outside my house, and I'm literally like, you try to be romantic. It's a romantic time, romantic thing, but then it's like literally head on a swivel, like, because you never know when somebody's gonna roll up on you. Is this your house? And this your house?
Right.
So that's just how it goes and how it is, because you just don't be out like that.
Yeah, I don't even think any of my neighbors know what I look like.
I don't think mine do, because my mama talked to everybody, but it's like
One of my neighbors does.
yeah, my mama is that type of person that just talks with the neighbors, not like sit on the fence line, like lean on the fence line chit chatting, but I'm talking about like cross the street, hey, how you doing, kind of neighbor talk.
Yeah, like, the guy across the street from me. I'm sorry, go ahead.
To be like, I got y'all Christmas cards and peach cobbler.
Just deliver it. I sent it through UPS.
Yeah, mama.
Like, look, all the houses out here got fucking video doorbells and shit. I'm not even walking to your door just to try to sneak it.
Nope.
Yeah, like my neighbor across the street, he knows what I look like because we've actually had a conversation, but I know the person next to me doesn't know what I look like. They know what my wife looks like because they've had a conversation, but they don't know what I look like. The only time that woman has ever talked to me is through my video doorbell because she was moving and she was like, is it okay if I park my car there? I was like, yeah, I don't care. It's whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Like I don't leave, so.
Just
Can we just talk about how like we have instinctually mastered the craft of being able to go in and out and live in a place for multiple years and no one has seen us before?
Oh, I am great at it. Look, the Ring has made it easier for me. Because I don't even have to answer the door.
I literally I'm like, if you've seen like pictures of me, I always imagine like myself like I'm gonna wait till Sin finishes this drink. Like I always imagine myself to be like Bigfoot.
Oh no, not Bigfoot, not the Loch Ness monster.
Oh no, not the Loch Ness monster. I'm talking about the Sasquatch. I'm talking about an
I'm talking-
elusive creature.
Mhm.
It's just like if like imagine like if a Sasquatch had like the do head and like carried an Amazon package back into back into his house. That's pretty much me because I
The
have to go.
elusive Big Force One.
Mm-hmm. The elusive Sasquatch wearing deerform sandals, Joe Boxer pajama pants, and an eclectic video game shirt. And it's just blurry picture of me walking. So yeah.
You're out here looking like a pixelated mosaic. It's
Yeah.
Like a
blurred
Watch
for public
Dogs.
safety.
Like a Watch
Yeah.
Dogs when you look at your character in a security cam, it's just pixelated.
Yeah.
That's a smart touch of that video game. I don't care what the reviewers say about Watch Dogs Legion. I'm enjoying that damn game.
I like y'all know me. I gotta wait till it go on sale first. But I think I will cop it. I think I will play it. I don't think I'll try it out.
It's pretty fun. I mean, I've only played like maybe about 3 hours of it.
Okay.
Probably going to dig more into it this weekend, but yeah. Anywho, we can talk about some games later. We got some stories to talk about. Apparently Sony wants some anime. Sony's got storage problems.
Whew.
Again, I don't know if we should rename this podcast Storage Talk Thursdays, because I swear, oh God. If I'm a big fan of anything, it's storage.
Yes.
It's just computer storage. What are we
Same.
doing?
Yes.
But yes, it is Tech Talk Thursdays again for November 5th, 2020.
Welcome to everybody except for Nazis, fascists, and people who sympathize with Trump on this election.
Go fuck yourself.
Yep.
With love.
I've put a statement out on all my social medias. Yeah, look.
Not even if you fall into any of those categories I just mentioned that we're not sending greetings to, this podcast is not for you.
Yeah. Just
No.
again, see yourself out, and as I've stated before, if I find you, I will kindly give you the swift kick in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
You have no fucks to give.
Don't care.
Fuck your feelings. Anywho, hey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. Young and boy with that energy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. For real.
But let's get into
love
it
it.
today. We've got some tech news. First of all, starting with Sony is paying almost $1 billion to acquire Crunchyroll. Sony is reportedly prepared to put out an amount valued at more than $957 million for Crunchyroll. They already own Funimation. Oops, I forgot to fix send here too.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fine. Continue.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, I did not know that Sony bought Funimation in 2017. So apparently,
Neither did I.
they are about to own all the anime.
But there's still like a few like I think there's still like there's one company called High Dive that does some older anime. So they do like their claim to fame is they have the entirety of the Legend of the Galactic Heroes series, which is that's pretty much one of the longest running animes until like the big three, until like One Piece and the big threes started popping up. And some of the older eclectic anime series. So yeah, it's for them to buy like to own Funimation and Crunchyroll. That's a big swath of anime right there. So
And the people who watch them, because I mean, what was it? Who came for Bethesda? Who bought Bethesda?
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
So Microsoft and the Xbox crew went and bought Bethesda, and we were talking about, well, I wonder what Sony's going to do. I wonder what they're going to come out of pocket with. And what they said was, we bought the weebs.
So, do you think that they're going to restrict access? This is a dumb question because it's not like PlayStation bought Crunchyroll. Sony did.
I don't think so.
You don't think they're going to keep it to just PlayStation?
Nah, I don't think so.
Then I go pull a Charlie Brown? I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Major, we done talked about this. But
I'm gonna buy me a PlayStation 5 so I can watch me all the Crunchyroll for free.
I'm talking about, like, say, so for the sake of argument, I'm gonna forget that. But yeah, I don't think I myself can't figure out why. Like, I can't figure out, like, why would they be like, yo,
what a move. Imagine
it's a move.
buying a whole system not to play video games.
That'd be wild. Like, that's kind of like, that's definitely a Sony. You know what? That's kind of a Sony move where it's like most people buy in to companies that they're going to
it's my Japan station.
And then it's like, imagine like you buying into something and then being like, a whole service is cut off from other consoles, and by other consoles I mean just the one.
Okay, hear me out. What if Microsoft and Sony are working together to get you to buy each other's consoles so you can be feature complete?
But they didn't make themselves cross-compatible.
No. It's not the point. They know that, hey, Microsoft's like, well, we bought Bethesda, Sony bought Crunchyroll. Look, if the anime Xbox fans want to watch anime, they've got to buy PlayStation. If all the, Fallout fans on PlayStation want to play Fallout, they got to buy an Xbox. What if they're working together to get you to buy both of them because they know they weren't going to share it?
Okay, so can I just tell you real quick what the answer to that question is? What if they were doing that? Well, the people who go to the sites for their anime are going to be unfazed and entirely unbothered. And besides, y'all didn't give us enough storage space to have the anime anyway. If you want to keep that two Virgils. So
PC players are good regardless. That's what I'm hearing. PC is unfazed in this at all.
Yeah, PC is unfazed because you can literally just like open like two websites and like a website and be great. Or
wait, xCloud's coming to PC. I can just open up a browser, watch my anime, open up a browser, and play Xbox. What are we doing?
Like I said, that. Or if you got like if you got like a Fire Stick or Roku or the new Google Chromecast, still can watch with it. So you could be like, if I want to watch anime, I could buy this $500 device, or I could buy this $50 dongle and hook this bad boy up to my TV.
This decision sounds real hard.
I mean,
sounds difficult. Sounds challenging.
Yeah.
Or watch it on my phone or tablet.
I know y'all thought y'all were gonna get us, but listen. No, get out of here.
Not unfazed. I wouldn't imagine them doing that. But if they did, that would be indeed a Sony move. And I'm like, that's right there. A Sony move is like, yo, let's buy something. Well, I know this is I know what people want, and I know people want this backwards compatibility thing and all this stuff. But what if we spent a cool $1 billion to buy a anime streaming company that we already own?
Well,
that we already own one, buy another one.
Well, I mean, Crackle, it's available on the Xbox One.
Yep,
so just putting that out there. And also, I think later on it'll be revealed that it's probably also available on the Series X as well.
Like I wouldn't even mind kicking Crackle like $3 a month if they just said no ads. Be like, look, here's $3 a month. Can I get no ads?
Apparently
Can I just get no ads?
Funimation is also on Xbox One as well.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
we shall see how that goes.
I mean, I feel like it's already there. Like Crunchyroll will be unfazed by this at all,
Yeah,
like
Crunchyroll.
just at all.
I think I've seen like I heard about probably whispers of possible censorship, but I can't seem to fake. I for the life of me can't figure out why they would want to censor anime, knowing that that's not going to work out because again you don't want to anger the weebs. You don't want to anger the weebs, and you don't want to anger the K-pop stans.
No, they're already
Like,
mad because they couldn't shut down democracy like they thought they could. But
Who?
the weebs, not all of them. Excuse me, not all of them, but the ones who tried to vote for Trump or spread their disinformation about Trump and all that stuff. Yeah.
What people?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, wait. I'm sorry. I'm getting
people
weebs mixed up with
telling lies in
incels.
this economy.
I'm getting weebs mixed up with incels. I'm sorry.
oh, you're right.
That's what it was.
I mean,
They-
I will say that there's just a dash of overlap there, but
There
still.
is.
Yeah, there's overlap, but I know some weebs. They get together. So
Yeah, there are some great weebs. Again, we cannot discount the greatest of weebs, Anka. I mean, she has a whole Discord server called what was it, Weeb Station,
The
Weeb
Weeb
Channel,
Closet.
Weeb Closet. So yes, that was on me. I mistakenly said all weebs were incels. No, I specifically meant the incels. That was on me.
like I say,
I am sorry.
Incels, like I say, some weebs are incels. Incels are incels, but not all weebs are incels.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
So look, I will take ownership of anything that I miscategorize. I am so sorry to all the legitimate wholesome weebs out there, even the hentai ones.
Yep.
Speaking of apps that are coming to Xbox, you can watch Charlie Brown on your Xbox Series X and S next week.
To throw this dang
Apple TV is
Say
coming
something
to
else about Charlie Brown again.
Apple TV is coming to Xbox One, Series X, and S next week. So hey, if you want to watch shows like Ted Lasso and For All Mankind and The Morning Show and other fine products that may or may not be animated and have a beagle that dances and thinks that he's, an airplane pilot on top of his doghouse. All those fine programs. You can watch on your X. You can watch it on your series on these series of Xboxes between the one and the series, starting next week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let that go. I'm gonna wait for it. Like all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, a remote's just gonna hit me in the face.
It can be like.
Like I don't know how that's gonna happen, but it's gonna happen. And this was kind of interesting. I wanted to include this. Raspberry Pi made a computer and built it into a keyboard. And I kind of want this. I am
with you on
mad
this.
that Raspberry Pi didn't reach out to me and say, "Hey, you are clearly the major of all things Linux. Would you like this dope computer that we built into a keyboard?" People normally build them into monitors. We put ours in a keyboard. Just walk around with a keyboard and it's a computer. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing? This is amazing. This is the shit that should be happening in 2020.
Yes.
Computers and keyboards.
Yes. But where's the computer? I take it with me.
Exactly. And it's titled little portable keyboard for $70. It's a 1.8 gigahertz Pi 4 ARM Cortex A72 CPU, 4 gigabytes RAM, Bluetooth 5.0, 802.11 AC wireless, gigabit Ethernet, dual micro HDMI outputs, a micro SD port, and a 40-pin Raspberry standard IDE cable connection. You can power 2 monitors off this one keyboard.
Dual monitor setup for the win. Let's go.
Here?
Hand clap of praise. I'm with it.
2 USB 3.0 ports, a single USB 2.0 port, USB-C port, which is used for power. And for an extra $30, they'll give you the power supply and a mini HDMI to regular HDMI cable. Brand name SD card with Raspberry Pi OS already installed in the official Raspberry Pi Beginner's Guide. So, I mean, for $100, you can get a whole ass keyboard. I mean, not a whole ass keyboard, a computer. Most gaming keyboards cost more than this. And it has no computer in it.
Yeah. Now,
Sim, would you buy this keyboard?
So I can't see the keyboard, which means I can't answer this question.
I mean, just based off of the fact that there's a computer in it. That it just runs, it's a Raspberry Pi and a keyboard. Yo, you gotta do is plug a monitor and a mouse into it. And some power.
It's tempting. I think if I were more into like just tinkering with machines, I'd absolutely do it.
Oh yeah.
Like knowing that everywhere you go, somebody's tinkering with a computer. All you gotta do is take your keyboard, plug it into a monitor and some power. I mean, but then again, you can just get a laptop and do the same. But this is like perceivably $100. You get the power and the cable to plug into a monitor.
Yep. I'm thinking like, what if you had like one of them like mini, like, if you had like one of the mini external monitors.
That's another $100. Like I was looking at them the other day.
And then you get like a HDMI to like USB Type-C connection.
Well, no, I mean this comes with this comes like if you get the $100 one, it comes with the cable.
Okay.
You don't even need the HDMI. You get the $100, you get the power cable and the mini HDMI to HDMI.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, for $200, you can get a computer that you can just walk around with.
I can rock with that. Yeah, I can rock with that. I know it's definitely gonna be looking something. It'd be definitely looking like very hipstery when you're in the coffee shop. If we can do coffee shop, whenever we can do coffee shops again.
I mean, but think about the cheapest computer. Well, you can get like a Chromebook for that much. But that's just a browser. Here it is. You get full ass Linux at this point. And shoot, like I think even Windows can run on a Raspberry Pi. I imagine you run on this.
That'd be kind of cool if we had like the old PC emulators, like that emulate the old games.
I was watching somebody playing some old Windows 3.0 the other day.
That would, cause see that would be nice. Put Rita Rabbit on that bad boy and Commander Keen. I'm not against it.
I mean, again, $100. I'm tempted.
Yeah,
I'm tempted. I'm more upset that Raspberry Pi didn't reach out to me, but it's fine.
Raspberry Pi.
One day.
Come
do
better.
Do better.
Come talk to us. Come talk to us.
Well, it's very light on tech this week, but boy, gaming. A lot of things are happening in video games. Again, the consoles are coming out next week, so it's just a massive dump of information. Starting off with PlayStation 5 faceplate company is forced to cancel orders following a complaint from Sony. Apparently, not too long after the teardown, a company noticed that, hey, we could totally make faceplates for a PlayStation 5. It's easily removable. Doesn't seem like you don't have to screw anything off. It's not going to damage anything. We could totally make custom faceplates. So we're taking pre-orders for these faceplates. Sony initially came back and said, hey, can you change your name? Because I think, their name was PlayStation 5. So Sony was like, hey, can we?
I was catching.
It is. But someone's like, hey, can you change your name? So he's like, okay. And they kept taking pre-orders, and Sony came back and said, yeah, so the issue really wasn't with the name, but the fact that y'all are just making faceplates. So stop.
Classic Sony.
So that one dream, that one tweet I had of having an all-black PlayStation,
all gone.
it's all gone.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I buy it from PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Which who knows when that's gonna happen.
Oof. That's gonna be at least middle of summer right there. Possible middle of summer.
Special edition with now a full terabyte instead of 825 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Which where is it? Okay, apparently I did not include that article. Or did I? Where did it go? I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. But yeah, it's rumored that the PlayStation 5 does not. Did I? I could have sworn I had it. Oh, I didn't. I guess I didn't because I thought it was a rumor. But multiple reports have been coming out saying that the PlayStation 5 storage is not where you think it is. Let's see. There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna include this article with the rest of the stuff. PlayStation 5 usable storage space is reportedly at 667 gigabytes.
Oh, when I tell you
135 gigabytes less than the Series X.
When I tell you the level, cause see, I was like, oh yo, it's so cool that they actually put that 820. I was like, oh yo, it's so cool that they actually put the 825 on there. Cause sometimes people say it's a terabyte, and then just say like, this is what the exact storage is. So I'm like, yo, that's amazing. And then
yeah, see, I knew that wasn't going to be the case. Like I knew when they put 825 on the box, it was not going to be 825. I was like, yep, that just ruined it. I knew it was going to be less at that point, but we now know about how much. 667 667 gigabytes of storage
on
the
fast,
PS5.
Though.
It's really fast. Oh, but it gets better.
Oh no.
It gets better.
Oh
y'all.
no.
It gets better.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sony reconfirms PS5 won't support SSD storage expansion at launch. You remember that NVMe port that we saw on the teardown?
Yeah.
It won't work when the console launches. It's just there. It's just sitting there looking like real pretty, but you ain't gonna be able to put nothing in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you stuck on that 667 until they release an update.
When I tell you,
the way that we are out here getting bamboozled, or at least the people who aren't in these podcasts on Thursdays are getting bamboozled, run amok, and left astray on Plymouth Rock.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We told y'all.
Told y'all.
How many of y'all had to uninstall something? How many of y'all were just like ready to play COD and literally Tetris and had to uninstall COD to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am baffled that you have this port and it's not available on launch. Like,
right. You have to hit that up in the firmware to get that to work.
And it's not like, oh, it won't be available if you were to plug in the system and didn't update it to get the day one patch. No, it's just a future update. This shit will not be available at all, even when you have the most up-to-date PS5 firmware.
That's just basically like we just holding it hostage until we. It's like it literally feels like it literally feels like the left leg of Exodia. It's like we have it. We just waiting for it to play it. We got all 4 pieces, but we waiting for that left leg to get the left leg. It's like
trying to play Exodia and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. It's like you literally waiting for that left leg, and then be like, nope, we're not giving it to you. You left the left leg on the dresser at the house before the duel, and so now your Exodia just hopping with one leg.
I mean, it's like an October surprise, but in November for a console.
For console, I'm like, do you not know your console is coming out next week?
What are you doing?
Coming out next week.
And I give it some. It was Barrett Courtney of or not Final Fantasy. Kind of Funny. Barrett Courtney of Kind of Funny. He had mentioned, it's kind of funny that we haven't heard any of this approved storage for the PlayStation. And I wanted to come back and say, well, we kind of know what it is. It's Gen 4 NVMe storage that you would get with AMD systems. But that's the one time where I shut up, didn't say anything, because I felt it's almost like I had a Negrodamus moment, but it's only because like I could have said something that was wrong, but I shut up and I listened. I pulled it out. I pulled it out from the universe. It's like, I don't know. He may be on to something, and I was right. He was right, and I was right too by not saying anything because, boy, Sony, what happened?
I'm just
like let's look at the landscape right now. The Xbox at launch, you can buy this console and expandable fast storage for this console.
It's
Day fucking one.
It's gonna be a little expensive, but you can do it.
But again, like we said, that storage was going to be that price. That's not new.
Because they were very adamant about the expansion. They were like basically letting everybody know the expansion. And we joked about it. We were like, "Oh, yo, memory cards in 2020." Yeah, we talked about that. I mean, but they were very adamant about it, saying that it's expensive. You may not want to pay that much, but you could definitely get the fast storage and expansion. With Sony, it was uber quiet. It was like pin drops. It was like controllers and charger docks and headsets. I mean, headsets are cool, but nobody cares about headsets. But it's all about that. It's all about and oh look, the web camera, and it's all about the peripherals. But when you get down to like the bare experience of having adequate enough storage, Sony was like, "Yeah, no." At the 11th hour, like, nah.
I mean, and to be fair, like I'll be one to say, I was joking about that storage too until we sat here and looked that shit up. I was like, oh, $200 is not that bad considering how much NVMe storage would be that you would need to buy for a PlayStation. Yet,
nothing.
You
can't do it. You can't do it. It's like you can't do it.
It would be nice if Microsoft sold smaller storage solutions. But again, hey, I mean, it's whatever. Like a terabyte's a meaningful amount of storage, and I don't know. I don't know why they didn't make smaller ones. It's whatever.
They went backwards on the thing that put them on the map on PlayStation 2. Is the fact that you could put a hard drive in it. And 3, that became a core feature. Like 2, it became kind of like a side feature if you wanted to do EverQuest. But in 3, the 3rd gen, it was a main feature because it was like, oh, yo, you can pop that bad boy out and put in a bigger capacity drive. You can put like a whole terabyte.
Like they
mechanical
wrote
drive in
support
there.
documentation for that, like public support documentation.
They were like, "Yo, this is happening. You could do this." And then 4, you can be like, "Yeah, you can still do it. You can still do it in 4. A little bit of a breakdown, but you can still do it." They've gone way backwards on 5.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't even
like they made it easier. They made it easier to do it,
but they're just not letting you do it.
That's just I
Not
don't
even
know.
out of the box to do it. Not even be like, oh, hey, hold off until we get y'all the... Because most of the time, they'll give you the list. And they'll be like, okay, you can use these drives. It has to be X. It has to be X, Y, Z. That's it.
My thing is even if they didn't have the list, even if there was not a list...
Right.
Like, I do not understand, like, if you're using a x86 CPU, it's AMD,
Right.
you're still using the same PCIe lanes
Right.
as I have on my fucking motherboard and my computer. Well, granted, not this one because I don't think I have the motherboard for Gen 4 NVMe. But it's the same thing. Like, you're still using the same PCIe lanes for this drive. How is it that the motherboard cannot understand that there's a drive in there? If you happen to get the right one, if you happen to get the fast one, like those exist. Those drives exist. Like, so like the only thing here is, I don't think that I think it's going to be a while before there is third-party NVMe drives. I think Sony is waiting to produce their own first.
Makes sense.
Go ahead and slap the Negro Diamond tag on it.
Yep.
We gonna be back here in a few weeks.
Yep. You're gonna see those press releases of them Sony branded SM. Like they're gonna like be like Western Digital, because Seagate's working with Microsoft. It's gonna be like some company like Seagate.
Western Digital's gonna be
Digital.
Hitachi. Kingston. I wouldn't be like. I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Samsung or something.
PNY. Whatever.
Yeah, like there are plenty of manufacturers, but I feel like they're waiting to get PlayStation branded NVMe drives. And that's when they're going to open it up.
Which them joints are going to be even more expensive.
Because that's Sony.
Because it's Sony. Because anything you slap, anytime you slap a thing on something, it's going to be instantly expensive. When I was looking up like micro SD cards for my Switch, I bought a Samsung one and I looked at the Nintendo one for about half the storage of the current one I have now. It was like at least about $50-$60. I paid like $30 for double storage because it didn't have Nintendo name on it. Like, this has happened before. Like, anytime it has a branded, not like, oh, we're the official thing for manufacturer. You know, that happens with companies like PowerA and whatever all the time. But to say like, oh, Sony's making M2 NVMe drives, them bitches gonna be expensive.
Yeah,
maybe $150 extra markup.
Because like what they're gonna do, they're gonna say these are specially made.
Right.
Our storage speed was the best. This is why it costs more.
And they're not. Soon as the Gamers Nexus does like a thing on it, it's gonna be like it's no faster than a regular Western Digital. It's like no faster.
Yeah, I'm like I hate to say it, but I'm calling it.
Yeah,
I'm calling it. You heard it here first. Look, Jeff Grubb, Jason Schreier, this podcast said it fucking first. PlayStation is not going to enable that drive until they are ready to sell you a PlayStation branded NVMe drive.
Mm-hmm.
And, Sin, who is a resident keeper of receipts, I will forget this, but he will remind me that I said this.
Yes.
I feel like I should go up right now, walk to my office, and write that on my whiteboard so I don't forget, because I feel like this is my biggest one.
Should, but also, what am I getting ready to ban you for?
Ban me? No, but I'm saying that PlayStation is going to come out with a special drive first before they enable this feature on their PlayStation for third-party drives.
Mm-hmm. We need to keep us like a book together called Negro Dama's Notes or something like that.
I pushed clip. Hopefully this clip will exist in perpetuity on Twitch.
Okay.
Provided I'm not playing any suddenly, DMCA music. But Pretzel got my back.
Your Pretzel's got us covered. We're good.
But yeah, guarantee it right here, locking it in. The M2 slot on your PS5 will be available when PlayStation starts selling PlayStation branded NVMe drives.
Okay. Big facts. Mark it down, everybody.
More PlayStation news, of course, because of the ongoing pandemic. If you're hoping to pick up a PlayStation 5 on launch day, everything is going to be online. There's no stock.
Mm-mm.
No physical stock in any brick and mortar stores this year.
Oh.
If you are hoping to pick up a PlayStation 5 at launch, you're going to have to do it online. So expect another rush over on Amazon.com, BestBuy.com, Walmart.com, Target.com, or wherever video game consoles are sold.
eBay about to get full.
Yep.
Happens all the time.
Unlike the Xbox Series X, PS5 will not support 1440p natively. If you have a 1440p display, it will either upscale from 1080p or downscale from 4K. Unlike the Xbox Series X, or obviously the Series S. Series S is only goes up to 1440p.
Right.
But the Xbox Series X, if you plug it into a 1440p display, it will give you native 1440p, which makes sense because those games have 4K, 1440p, and probably 1080p assets that they can give you.
I noticed something. This morning. I was watching some of the Xbox Series X reviews, and I noticed when I was watching Judner's review, he had all his. It goes down. He had 4K UHD, 1080p, but then I noticed another resolution that I was very surprised to see. 720p. It runs the Xbox Series X has a 720p mode,
which would make sense. I mean, because I imagine especially if you're running older Xbox and Xbox 360 games, that's probably the lowest HD resolution.
Right.
I mean, granted, YouTube will tell you 720p isn't HD anymore, but
Right. Yeah, because mostly when I see that, it usually especially on 720p monitors, 720 monitors and displays, they have a thing that's 1080p, 1080i, which is just basically a stretched out version of 1080p, but it basically fits, but it's not as awesome and awe-inspiring as a true 1080p signal would be.
Well, I forget, because 1080i is 1080. It's 1920 by 1080, but it's interlaced as opposed to progressive, and I forget what the differences were. That was something I used to know, but then everything just became a progressive scan signal. So I just well, fuck it. Why do I need to care about the eye? I don't give a shit.
Right.
Nobody's using the eye anymore.
Yeah, I would say the eye. I would say the eye means ish, and it's 1080 ish, 1080 ish. But yeah, I did like that. It had a progressive 1080 720p signal. So that's actually pretty cool for those who got the struggle TVs.
So yeah, just something to keep an eye out. It will work with a 1440p signal.
Right.
It just will not do native 1440p.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why that was even an article. Figured I'd put it out there. It's a thing. For those who care about it.
Okay.
It was a slow week. Everybody, we're all watching CNN, so or your news program of choice. So,
I mean, typically, news that like video game news is slow. Typically, when new consoles come out, because it's like everybody's like taking that time and energy to like cover the consoles.
Yeah, Xbox Series X reviews came out today. So if you haven't, like myself, take some time to watch that. I'm about to sit through after the show and watch. I had to go into the office today, so I wasn't able to watch it.
I've been looking at them Ryzen ones as well. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. Today was Ryzen Day.
Yep. Can't find one, but.
I mean, what'd you expect? What'd you expect?
I mean, the pandemic, it is what it is.
All right, for another entry in Storage Talk Thursdays.
Oh, yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is up to 250 gigabytes on PC, but your multiplayer is only 50 gigabytes. Of course, they're talking about the specs, but I mean, because the Call of Duty specs came out this week, but all anybody could ever really talk about is just how much storage Call of Duty games are taking up.
Yeah.
250 fucking gigabytes of your hard drive gone.
Yeah.
That's on PC. On console, however, because yes, I have that too. Cold War takes 40 gigabytes more space on next gen consoles.
And that's gonna.
For what reason though? Like, okay, so this is what kills me about this. Right? Like, y'all were making these consoles and had to have some semblance of an idea, right? That these games and the technology that you were building were going to take up extra space. You don't build in the extra space. You tell people they have to buy the extra space. You tell people they can't even use the storage they want to use for the extra space. And then you intentionally make games that take up more space than they need to. But the console starts at a baseline of $500.
That part.
So what if I told you
what if
that
you did?
On PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, or on PlayStation 4 it's 95 gigabytes, Xbox One 93 gigabytes, on PlayStation 5 that means it's 135, and Xbox Series X and S it's 136. So just north of half of PC. Does that make you feel better?
It doesn't, because here's the thing you can do with an Xbox that, like, Xbox is just like, do what you do with the storage. It's fine.
Right.
PS5 is like, I hope you're not trying to put a solid state drive in there. I hope you didn't buy that 1 terabyte, SSD in preparation for this nonsense, because I know you all tried to get ahead of the curve, but you just spent that money for nothing. Take that back and try to catch it on a Black Friday sale, I guess.
Well, I mean, technically right now, I think Best Buy is currently in the middle of their Black Friday stuff. So, great. I feel like it's been like that for 3 months, but but yeah, I mean, it's still half. It's still like even the PlayStation 5 version is still technically half of PC though.
These people increasing storage, like these people are getting like paid for overtime. I don't understand. Why is the storage in a half?
It's not wrong though.
It's so upsetting. People just want to buy these consoles and play their games, and you were going to make them jump through 10 hoops to do it. 10 hoops. Or it's going to be things like, hey, you can play whatever games you want. Have this whole library of 80 games. You can play one at a time.
Well, let let me tell you something that doesn't make sense to me right now.
Or dollars for that matter, because at this point, these people are going to be like, forget this. We'll just wait until it comes out on PC. And trust me, we are patient. We will wait.
Well, I mean, we could wait for Call of Duty to come out on PC. I mean, it'll be out day and date. But if you buy, get this, in RTX 3080, you can get Call of Duty Black Ops for free. So how many free copies of Call of Duty Black Ops are there going to be? How many free copies are given out? Yep.
Am I getting one? Other than that,
That's
none.
the awful. I was like, how would you get this? Like, by the time I can get one, the new promotion will be out.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is
make it make sense.
This is a mess.
Hot mess.
This is a mess.
Big mess.
Call of Duty, what are we doing? Like that, it's just ridiculous.
The most,
like they might like. I would not be surprised like if they sold you a hard drive. But yeah, if you bought this Samsung 500 gigabyte SSD, it comes with Call of Duty. Oh, so you mean half my storage is gone?
Yep. Half the storage tucked away.
No, all of it. I think COD literally took all of the storage on the drive.
Yep.
Yep.
I remember people.
Crap! I forgot about the updates, the texture packs, the DLC. Damn.
The DLC.
I was wondering
the new maps.
I was wondering why they already put a Dino label on my hard drive that just said Call of Duty on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Call of Duty
I literally
edition.
like you stick it in and Windows like, yeah, you're not installing anything else on this hard drive. Like, just stop.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even worry about it.
Yep.
We're just gonna set this off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of C drive or D drive, it's a COD drive.
Truly was.
Oh my god.
I just the level of gall Bobby Kotick. I mean Bobby, no.
He's just
no
mad.
Bobby.
He's mad.
I mean he's mad because he's single and nobody will date him because every time you see a picture of him, he's got double horns. So,
I mean, also just mad because his candidate's losing too because he donated heavily.
That definitely kills your love life when they see you with horns.
In a bit of irony,
Yep.
Watch Dogs Legion source code may have been leaked.
Oh no. I tell you, boy.
Oh boy. On 4chan. So take this with a grain of salt, people. According to a post on 4chan, a 558 gigabyte bundle, somehow bigger than Call of Duty. Can we start measuring storage in Call of Duties now?
Yeah, that's about
a two.
I think that's about a Black Ops, a Black Ops 2, and then probably at least a Call of Duty 3. Yeah, that's Call of Duty 3.
A 2 Call of Duty's Black Ops 4. Jeez, damn, what the fuck? That's a name. A 2 Cold Wars worth of bundle of files doing the rounds on file sharing sites containing the complete source code for Watch Dogs Legion. They followed up the claim with several screenshots of the archive's file structure. And in October, a ransomware gang did threaten to leak the source code. Just maybe the game about hackers that's a weird sentence. Just maybe the game about hackers has been hacked. Okay, I get it now. If it's true, then those 558 gigabyte presumably include a lot of uncompressed assets as well as complete audio from various localizations and maybe more besides. With access to the complete source code, modders could be able to tweak Watch Dogs Legion more than they otherwise would, and pirates may have an easier time cracking it. More significantly, from an archival perspective, game historians will find it of value as well. When the Giga leak of Nintendo source code and internal documents was released into the wilds earlier this year, it proved to be a treasure trove of information of interest to diehards. Of course, if you were playing Watch Dogs Legion, there are people currently experiencing corrupted save problems, and Ubisoft has said a fix for it may be several days away. Maybe these hackers can fix it and push out an update. I sure would hate to run into any issues while I'm playing it this weekend. But yeah, the hackers hacked the game about hackers.
Well done. Well done to them. I like we give props to people who stay on point with their relative jobs.
In more hacking news, Capcom has been hacked. They say no customer information has been compromised. Capcom has issued a press release acknowledging that the company's internal systems were hacked a few days ago. Beginning in the early morning hours of November 2nd, 2020, some of Capcom Group's networks experienced issues that affected access to certain systems, including emails and file servers. The company has confirmed that this was due to unauthorized access carried out by a third party and that it has halted some operations of its internal networks as of November 2nd. I just want to point out November 2nd was Monday, right? We're finding out about this about 12 hours, so today, on November 5th. This is what I want to see companies do. 3 to 4 days and you let somebody know what happened.
Yes.
Not weeks, not months, not years. You need to let me know as soon as possible.
As soon as
Now, I don't mind if it's not the same day.
Right.
Because you got to do that investigation.
Yeah, you got to do an investigation and assessment. You got to know what was taken, what was hacked, what was,
So
you got to make sure.
So the fact that this happened on Monday and they are telling us today on Thursday, I feel like that's a good sign.
That's fine. That's
now,
fine.
Granted, they may have done that because of the fact that, no sensitive information was leaked out and they were trying to sweep it under a rug.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's also who would have wanted to read that information on Tuesday.
I mean, you're right.
I mean, that's also a fact.
But where was this? Let's see, where was it? Geez, I'm sorry, I was reading a word. I'm trying to figure out where they were hacked though, because it doesn't say like if it was in Japan or if it was in the U.S. Oh wait, no, there's a press release that would probably tell us.
Yeah.
Looks like it was. It looks like it was in Japan. So.
Said something.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't have said it. What do they got to do?
I mean, Japan's usually kind of tight-lipped when it comes to shit breaking. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, again, like it's one thing you being tight-lipped, but I don't think it had. I don't think they wouldn't have not released it on Tuesday.
Right.
Because of what's happening here.
Right. Like it would have been like it would have probably news would have broke in Japan, and then we
would have found out Tuesday.
Yeah,
if they had said something Tuesday, we would have found it Tuesday. I don't think I don't think the election has any bearing on that. But yeah, I think it's just like it took them that time to do that investigation before they let it out. So again, I do want to hats off to Capcom for at least letting us know. If you have an account on Capcom, you may want to go change some passwords. Same old song and dance.
Yeah.
I should have bundled the storage news together.
Yes.
It wasn't. So here, this is what I was looking for. The Xbox Series S SSD may only offer 364 gigabytes.
That's not even a standard number for storage. They're all in multiples of like 128. What is this?
Well, none of them are. None of them have been.
Just, it's either that or you get some number that's like a 50 or 100 or something like that. 350, 100, 500, 750, something like this.
So again, the number on the
364.
The number on okay, hold on. The number on the box says 500.
Yeah, 512.
No, just 500. Just 500.
Y'all, I'm just gonna be over here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. You're right. It is 512. It is 512.
Yeah.
Excuse me. You're right. It was 512.
Yeah.
But yeah, 364
Something
gigabytes.
Took 148 gigabytes of space. What was it?
OS and probably Probably operating system and drivers. Firmware, probably. Which, again, that's nothing new if you're PC. However, when you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with console folks that don't really understand how, that things require space. However, I feel like that this is definitely it really zaps the value proposition of this console by literally just being like, hey yo, you're not gonna get enough space. Like, this is like a Call of Duty will fill this up.
All right, so let's do some math. Now that we've got these numbers, let's do some math real quick. Because now we have all the storage of all the consoles. All right, so Xbox Series X. Let's say it's 224 gigabytes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usable storage of 802 gigabytes. 222 gigabytes on the Series X is missing. PS5, 825. 667 of that is usable. 158 gigabytes is missing.
Whew.
And this is not accounting for, because I feel like this needs to be stated here, right? You don't have to just think about the games that you want to play, but you also have to think about any data on the game that has to be saved and written to the drive, and any updates they decide to do to the software or the firmware that also has to be saved to the same drive. So that 364 isn't even just entirely for the game. That's literally for anything else you will ever have to save on that thing ever. And you can't upgrade it in any way.
Yep.
So at least the Xbox Series S takes the least amount of storage from you.
Saving grace. Little saving grace.
You know something? This is the least racist person at our family reunion.
Yeah.
Oh, also the article I pulled up about the Xbox Series X to get its storage, they're saying that the expansion drive at least gives you 920 gigabytes out of the 1 terabyte.
So it takes like 80 gigs?
Just about.
That is reasonable. Like, I think that's
because there's no OS.
thing.
There's no OS.
There's no OS on it. It's just basically drivers.
Yeah, it's literally just a flash drive at that point.
Right.
Oh, wait, hold on. Why do you have like 80 gigabytes of drivers though?
Again, remember how so on a previous
Were
episode?
you talking about the Raspberry Pi keyboard thing?
No.
What is this for?
The 1 terabyte expansion drive for the Xbox Series X.
Oh, okay.
Remember we were talking. So a few episodes ago, we were trying to explain storage and why we thought 825 gigabytes on the PlayStation 5 was its usable storage, and that it was going to ship with a terabyte.
Right.
We thought a terabyte was going to be written on the box with 825 gigabytes of usable storage. Now, what it actually does ship with 825, but 600 and something usable.
Yes. That's
there is a reasonable expectation for hard drives to take a certain amount of its storage and not be usable.
Right. That.
Oh, and for everybody's notes here, as the guys are explaining, for notes, when you do stuff, like your phone, your PC in general, if you have one, your handheld consoles and stuff, there's a dedicated amount of space that is usually just set up as this is not used.
Right.
Yes.
Or this is only used by these things, and if these particular systems aren't using it, no one touches it. Like, you can't save anything there, you can't do anything else to it. It's literally just there for the sake of being there.
Right.
Yes.
So, like, that's why that's why 80 gigabytes of the expansion card is gone. Like, that's just data that, either you can't write to or just how they do storage. Because, like, you could say a terabyte, but it's like 1024 gigabytes, or again, just the amount of bytes don't cleanly equal one solid unit.
Right.
So yeah, that explains why 80 gigabytes is missing, or quote unquote missing from the expansion card. And it further explains why. So it's like 80 gigabytes plus OS on the Xbox Series X.
Right.
So technically, doing 1024 minus 802 isn't fair. It's probably like, let's do 920 minus 802. Mm-hmm. So 118 gigabytes for an OS.
Yeah.
Which still seems like a lot. Mm-hmm. But I haven't installed Windows in a long time, so...
Yeah.
I know Linux does not take that much. It sure as shit does not. No. But... yeah, it's been a while since I've installed Windows. Windows could possibly take 120 gigabytes of space. Mm-hmm. Like, that's not inconceivable for me.
No, because that's why you want to kind of give yourself an opportunity when you're doing a computer. You want to make sure that your boot drive, your primary drive, has a good amount of like storage capacity outside of Windows, so that kind of gives yourself a bit of a buffer, so that way you can be able to save stuff on your primary drive. You can, but best thing that I would say is to like install stuff onto a secondary drive, and then that way you can have, so that way, you know, but to be fair, you should always make sure you should leave yourself enough drive space for your primary. Yeah. And have a secondary anyway. But if you're going to go like one drive, make sure that drive is the biggest drive that you can afford. And then with the realization that you can only put so much on it, you know.
Right.
So if you're going to be playing if you got like a terabyte, even though you got a terabyte SSD, you know, be careful when you be trying to download GTA 5, Red Dead, and Witcher. Cause them some big games. Like Witcher's like 100 gigs. It's a chunky game. So
going back and doing the math here. So I mean, understanding that, what was it? 118 gigabytes would be used for an OS install. So combining that with the 364 gigabytes of usable storage, we kind of have an idea of like what the usable storage on an Xbox Series S would be without the OS. Subtracting that, we now know how much just gets eaten up by a hard drive being a hard drive. So technically, you're out. You just ass out 30 gigabytes on a Series S, which still isn't that bad. It's like when you do that math,
out of a terabyte, that's not bad at all.
Well, it's 500 gigabytes. 512 gigabytes.
That's for the S, not the S.
Yeah, this is for the S.
So.
But it's like when you do the math, it doesn't seem that outrageous. It's just still the thing of, why would you put a 512 gigabyte hard or SSD in this system if it's your digital only system?
In any console.
This doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense. Because it's like, you're not really setting yourself up for success if this is going to be your only, if this is going to be your digital. Like, make it a terabyte, because we already know that this is going to be the less powerful console, and it's going to run games at 1440p 1080p. Just put the terabyte in there. And if you feel like your money is like, oh, we need to get our costs, then make it like I don't know, 350 or whatevs, you know, or you sell it at a loss, because it's going to sell at a loss because nobody's going to buy it.
And the thing with this too is, it would make sense to have a smaller hard drive if the games that were being sold on that system were not going to be as big. But if you look at the Call of Duty story, they're saying that it's going to be 136 gigabytes regardless of it's X or S.
Right. So it's a wrap.
Like that, it does not make any sense. Like it's this console generation, we're at a point where, man, this is all great, but y'all made one crucial mistake in its one part, and it falls apart so fucking easily.
It does.
Now, like, I haven't seen anything for the X. I've not gone through the reviews of the X. I'm not getting an X, so again, I can't really speak for that. But again, I'm still saying, like, the Xbox Series X is honestly the best buy right now.
It is. It is.
Just because of everything you could do out of the box, everything that they've shown.
Right. And
like, I can't, like, if you, again, my whole thing is like, Xbox Series X, if you need a disc drive, that's your console. Right. If you don't need a disc, PS5 digital. Don't buy the disc PS5 and don't buy the Series S. Like, what are we doing?
I would go as, like, if you're like, even if you don't want the disc, but you still want the Xbox experience, I still would say get the Series X, or wait for a discless X to come out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's still, it really.
Then you still get, but then you would still, because even if you went PS5, you would be pissed off because you would still not get the storage.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because it's like you're literally like and then you would have at least some flexibility if it's like games got cheaper on thing, and it'd be like, oh, I can run this on the disc, and I just have like enough of my assets with it too. So you would get more of your space back with the disc, and then you would be like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy that. Like, you could buy Call of Duty on disc, and possibly save yourself some headaches. And then that just be my one disc game.
Yeah, it's just 2020. When it comes to making choices, when it comes to consumers and voters making choices here in America, it's just bad. It's like
it really is
bad.
It really is. It really truly is. I feel like that's the one mistake with Microsoft. It's like either A, not making a discless X and being it cheaper, not going the PlayStation 5 route, making a disc one and a non-disc one, and then making your only digital only console with not even a terabyte, or upwards of a terabyte.
See,
or close to a terabyte as you can get it.
I think what will make this better for me, again, is either to get a discless X, or take the Xbox One S and put better internals in it. Bump it up to 1440p.
I say just give it more storage. That's my whole thing. I say just give it more storage. Like,
but see, what I'm looking at is, like, if you're looking at price conscious consumers, right?
Right.
That's what you do. You tweak that disc. You tweak that Xbox One S just a little bit. Give it a little bit more power. But you give them a disc drive.
Now, see, I feel like they should have flipped it. I feel like the Series S should have had the disc, and the Series X shouldn't have had the disc.
I don't know, man. It's just,
I feel, make that one 4K UHD. Give it a 4K USD drive, so it can play the 4K movies and Blu-rays on it, right? But then, like, when you game, it's like the 1440p. It's like standard 1440p,
but that's what the S already does. Except it games in 1080. But that's what I just said. I said just bump up the S. Yeah, just bump up the S.
Do that. Yeah.
All right, cool. We on the same page.
Yes.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay.
yes.
Okay. All right.
Are you two okay? Are
No.
you two going to be okay?
No.
Not after
No.
Charlie Brown. We're not.
It's okay. We'll get an Xbox One X. Just watch it. Well, no, wait. I already have. I have an Xbox One X. I'm gonna watch Charlie Brown on my Xbox. What's good?
I can't believe we're about to have to do with Charlie Brown for Christmas, what we've had to do with anime for like the last 10 years. At this point, could you imagine torrenting Charlie Brown in order to just watch a Christmas special? Like, you just out here got this on a backup drive because Apple done fucked up the whole game.
Right.
Oh, I'm so tired of y'all. We still have like a whole month and a half left, and I'm tired of y'all.
And then like the two, them
Y'all
like
don't
the
want to
two
let us
great
have.
specials.
Y'all don't want to let us have nothing.
And then like the two great specials right there. It's like,
You know, it's great. On November 12th, I will have 4 devices in this room alone that can watch Charlie Brown for free.
do you know how
Like people up here scratching on their chin like this, like.
I'm gonna just do changes
You got
sources.
some of that Charlie
I'm
Brown
gonna watch
special?
4 different.
Like-
I'm watching 4 different Charlie Brown movies and just changing sources.
Do you know how strong your elected Charlie Brown would have hit right about now? That thing would have hit. That would have been the thing that'll pull us out the breach. Seeing Linus run for student body president while we watching this other shit show on TV, and be able to have a nice little calming moment of seeing kids running for president. And you mean to tell me that Tim Apple decided, yo, we gonna buy up all of it, and we gonna cut all you jokers out? Seriously? Not make it easy for people to watch and enjoy these specials. No, just take them away. yank them off the schedules.
No, they literally sat there and said, "I bet you're gonna update your iTunes now, aren't you?"
No.
They literally said this. They literally said, "I bet you're gonna buy that Apple TV." I am absolutely.
Look, if I could ever find one in my size, I'm gonna buy me an Apple hat, or Apple shirt, Apple hat. I'm gonna figure out some way to put a TV back here and just play fucking Charlie Brown.
It'd be like, I refuse. That's what I talked about the last week. Where like, imagine somebody charging you for the privilege of watching Hocus Pocus, and you can't watch Hocus Pocus though, and we just gonna pull Hocus Pocus off. Disney, a literal monopoly who literally makes money by making movies of fairy tales that we done heard for free, gonna make us pay we already pay $7 a month for, and they gonna tell us, hey, guess what we gonna do, fam? We gonna take away your Hocus Pocus
Could you imagine them taking like every movie we've ever enjoyed as a kid, and we just slowly collecting them? So like Hocus Pocus is gonna be over there, Twitches is gonna be over there, like every coming of age movie, all the Freaky Friday iterations, we're taking them all. We're just taking them all, and you're only gonna find them on Apple TV.
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Apple done stole Charlie Brown. Sony done took everything on Crunchyroll and all the anime that we want to watch.
Oh, y'all gotta lift this Peacock.
took ZeniMax and like 14 other companies right along with it, including Bethesda. Y'all, we're gonna only have 3 companies when we come out of this. It's gonna be like Google, Amazon, whoever has the anime at the time.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. There's gonna be a whole bunch of parent companies. Like big companies up under small companies under up under big companies.
All right, look. Now I had to get some backup, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if hello.
Hello?
Oh,
Hey!
there she is.
Uncle.
Out here like, hey, a long-time fan, first-time caller.
Like,
All right.
I'm here to answer the questions from the live talk show game.
The live talk show game. I, don't, I feel like now's a good time to make a little announcement. I want to stop the proceedings right now. I want to make an announcement.
Yeah.
We've had some talk, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt. I mean, granted, we all felt it was important. Again, we need to uplift the voices of women in technology.
We do.
I personally just want to respect the OG of the show. So today, from here on out, as long as she wants to be here, as long as she's willing to tolerate us,
Yes. Because we a handful.
we are bringing Anka in as the official. Well, can you bring somebody in who was technically already here?
I mean, yeah.
She has, honestly, Anka has decided to re-emerge from the shadows.
Yes.
And allow us the gift of her presence.
Yes.
Yes.
On this show.
Yes.
So that honestly, so that I can stop talking, because like she knows what she's actually talking about. Remember, I'm just here for comic relief and flavor commentary.
And we love, again, Sim, we love you for that.
Oh yeah. You definitely need it because most
Oh,
people.
I mean, see, y'all say that y'all love that, but we haven't gotten to the end of the list for this week, and boy, oh boy.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So yes, so Anka is joining us as our.
We about to be mad as a whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not mad as a group.
As a singular unit, that is correct.
Big facts. Big facts.
So yeah, before we continue on, I do want to say that Anka is joining us as our official fourth member of Tech Talk Thursdays. She's also our graphic designer, so eventually, again, no pressure at all, but eventually we're gonna have to adjust this so we can get 4 people on this show.
I'll shift those rectangles up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, or we could flank, it.
Flank it.
2 on a side. I don't know. Hey,
We could.
I'm not a designer. I'm like the Apple consumer. I don't know what I want until I see it. I mean, here's my iPhone 12 for proof.
Yep. Soon.
So yeah.
So you spicy and flip it up every other week.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, as long as you provide them to me, I will definitely throw them up there.
I got you.
I will make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Also, so have you? So before we go, because again, she is also our resident Microsoft expert.
Yeah.
I'm flipping my hair. You can't see it. My disembodied voice, but you know.
So have you seen any of the Xbox stuff that's come out? I know you were busy today, but the Xbox Series X stuff dropped today.
I mean, you probably would have seen it, but you can't download it.
Yes, all this Charlie Brown. I'm just gonna watch all of it out of spite now.
Unfortunately, I didn't see anything since I left work at 3 in a rush, so you know.
It's all good.
So,
But yeah, so the reviews are out. They're okay. They're I guess they weren't stellar because I've been hearing whisperings of Xbox fanboys mad as shit.
When aren't they?
Good point. Good.
You're not wrong.
Point.
I mean, I'm not mad, but I'm a fangirl, but I'm not always mad. I mean,
you.
Well, that's right. Look, listen. I've learned I had to correct myself early today. We can't lump them all in. Like we can't say all weebs were mad when President Trump loses. It was just the incels. Now all Xbox fanboys are upset at the news today.
Nope.
Probably the same incels though.
Yeah, the incels though. Yeah.
They just up here mad for no reason.
Yep.
no reason at all.
But we do have some good Xbox news. Xbox boss Phil Spencer says games industry needs more black leaders.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
no,
Sir.
I am officially upset about that. So
Boy.
let's talk about this real quick. real quick. What y'all not about to do? Didn't we tell y'all this in February, in March, in April, every year for the last like 10 years, 20 years, 50 years? Like, I am so over companies being like, you know something. We have learned recently with all the disposable income you have and the intelligence that you're displaying on the internet, since nobody can go to offices and everybody's being exposed to so much stuff, that maybe we should just be less racist and actually have like an office, a team, and leadership that actually reflects the people that live in the actual world. Man, throw your whole self in the trash if this is what you decide to publish in November of 2020.
I mean, so according to this article, it says for its part, Microsoft has tried to become a more diverse company. In June of this year, the company launched an initiative to double the number of Black and African American people in management and senior leadership positions within its U.S. businesses by 2025. The Xbox firm's diversity and inclusion report for 2020 shows that only 4.7% of Microsoft's U.S. workforce is Black, an increase of 1.1% since 2016. Okay.
Do you understand at this point why?
Yep.
I have the feelings that I have.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
should y'all hire more Black people in your business places? Listen, it would upgrade you if you did.
Yes.
But also, let me just go ahead and tell y'all what y'all not about to do. What you're not about to hire is because we're Black. We're actually intelligent people with well-credentialed resumes. Y'all better Google some shit and gather it together. That is thing number one. And thing number two, you better not hire us as diversity officers. We're tired. Okay, tired of that nonsense. We went and took like 5 college majors, 2 doctorates, 3 PhDs, built like 3 businesses, and then you had the nerve to come into your company, cut what I'm getting paid by $30,000, and then just go, but diversity, no. Also, y'all are short, dead silent on all of the major social issues that actually affect Black people, but then want to talk about how you want to increase diversity in your teams. Like, that's just 3 categories of things. Pick one of them or 2 of them if you are feeling spicy to throw yourself in the trash about.
Right.
If I had a church organ right now, let me tell you, I would be going in.
I am just listening. Just like break out that Hammond B3 real quick while I am speaking. I am so over this nonsense. And I am going to, and after everything that we have seen in the gaming and streaming communities, especially with people being like, we should like start focusing on like our efforts to increase our visibility for Black streamers and Black content creators and all of this other stuff, at the way that y'all epically failed at everything, including even recognizing us as separate entities and not calling us the same people, or not talking about the same 5 really popular Black people that you know. The next time y'all tell me, hey, we want to start making efforts for things, y'all.
What's that?
I understand that the president that you like is in danger of possibly not having their office anymore, but this wasn't the time to tell me that y'all wanted to hire more Black people.
Not the time.
What's that group they had? Was it Blacks at Xbox or something? What was it called?
Yeah. Blacks at Xbox.
That was...
Can we talk about...
We definitely could have chose a better name.
We just looked at the name and went, excuse me? Hold on, let me see if I can find that article. What was it? It wasn't... hold on.
Like, they briefly appeared, and then you didn't hear nothing more about that group since last year.
because they got ratioed.
Oh.
The dragon.
Okay. They called it the Blacks at Xbox.
I mean, it would have been so much better if they just dropped the S.
Wow.
Like, it would have hit different if they dropped the S. A Black at Xbox. What are we doing?
I mean, would it have changed? Would it have hit different, or would it have hit the same? Considering,
no. I mean, because again, like a lot of companies, it's like Black at and then the company. The company I used to work at, Pivotal, was Black at Pivotal. It made more sense. Like, Blacks, like, it has a negative connotation to it.
The Blacks.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're trying to put us up on a pedestal, like, we're diverse.
But see, that's the thing. Like, wait. Hold on. But see, okay, hold on.
Girl,
I
that
is-
didn't even take me to a pedestal. That took me back to a cafe of the 1950s while Martin Luther King was marching by outside and getting ready for a sit-in.
So-
I don't know why these are the same people who have like 3 relatives that call their like non-white friends colored.
So my question is though, like, who came up with that name though?
And co-signed on it. Who co-signed? That's the other thing.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, was it the ERG who did it? Because like I feel like that also matters. If the ERG came up with that name, okay, then it's like, okay, let's just have a conversation. Like, understand, like, maybe that didn't come off right. Now, for someone who wasn't a part of the ERG, like an ally, if you will, came up with that name. It's okay, yeah, no, you sit the fuck down.
Yeah, that sounds like an ally came up with that.
Yeah, see, that's what I want to know.
It's embarrassing.
Like, that's why I kind of didn't get on this same,
Just so y'all know, that was back in 2019.
Yeah. Back when we can go outside.
That set of tweets was heard around the world.
It was.
But yeah, like for me, like I couldn't really get in with that because of the fact that I didn't know who came up with that name.
Right.
And like, because again, if it was the ERG themselves, then all right, then like, look, maybe come up with something else. If it was an ally, it's okay. No, you go sit down.
Please.
And like that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I don't want to get too up in arms about it because I don't know who said this is our name.
I don't know.
Like, I really feel like, here's the thing, like, for where I'm at with that whole situation, at this point, I'm just like, if you were Linux, I just look into your camera, look at me through your camera, do you believe that we would have come up with a name that unseasoned for this?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Like,
I don't think so. But again, that's what I want to know. It's the things like, look.
Oh, I think that's all.
I just want to have
better.
a conversation. I just want y'all to come outside for like 2 more seconds.
I tell people something. I definitely say that it was definitely a member of the tribe of the Caucasus Mountains. Like, I definitely believe that.
They didn't even try. Like, they didn't even try at all.
Because it was both lazy, inconsiderate,
Like, do y'all even have a
and
wait? Hold on, I
tacky
think
at
they
the same
do.
time. And it
I
was
think
like,
they do have a black Xbox.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, I'm just saying if they just drop the S.
they could have
If they just drop the S out of it, okay.
They could have just said Xbox Black Experience and then been like, all right, I mean, okay, sure. And that would have been it. Xbox Black
I
Experience.
just think if they just drop the S.
Like, okay, like, listen.
Blacking it would have been better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like the only thing worse that they could have said was to literally name it X Blacks.
You know what?
Okay.
I was gonna look. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna
that's
suggest that initially. I said no, that doesn't sound right either. I just walked that shit
sounds
back.
wrong.
It's like,
That sounds
no.
wrong.
I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that.
No.
But
That's not the hill I
true.
want to die on.
Unless you're a group of like mutant black superheroes, you should never be called the X Blacks. Fuck out of there.
Even if that was the case, no. No. Just no.
And you're like,
Do not pass go. Do not collect.
Yeah,
not
like
on that.
no.
no. Like I can imagine like Scott. I can imagine like Cyclops looking at that and be like, huh? And Bishop and Storm looking at like, I'm gonna stomp the shit out of you.
No.
Like I can imagine Bishop and Storm looking really resplendent as they're about to stomp the shit out of Scott.
No, like it's because and here's the thing. I want so much on a real note for like these companies to come through and really be about this diversity stuff that they're trying to do and do it correctly. But so far, I have watched a whole year, and mind you, I intersect at both being black and LGBT too, and I have watched people do both of those things wrong several times in a row, and then somehow each time do something worse than the last thing they did. Like, you think you would at least not make the same mistake twice, but it's like you made a mistake, then you made the same mistake, but then plus one. Like, it's like playing Simon where you like beep and then you went beep boop, and it's like, why did you do this?
You beep
like,
never beep
you
boop.
said the G in LGBT stands for gamer. You also then went, we're going to like.
I just don't understand because they literally have no excuse.
Who did this? I feel like I've seen this.
How to do it right?
Did you miss this debacle? Oh, honey,
I feel like I've seen it before, but I kind of just look. I can only keep up with so many tragedies.
They sure did slide up in here.
Who is they?
Twitch sure did slide up in here and
definitely like look,
like,
I can only have but so much capacity for Twitch.
Nah,
damn, dude. Like, and then like right after that, like not even a month later, they were just like, you know, something, we hear you, we need to be here in solidarity with our black creators, and literally had a whole video where there was only one black content creator who did not have a speaking line, and like a 2-minute video, and it's just like,
where that makes sense.
I need that to make dollars, cents, change, nickels, dimes, quarters, one of those, right? Like, when I keep seeing things like that, when I keep seeing things like the things that I see in my actual day job and across the industry because I'm in tech, and then you come back to me as a tech company where people are literally yelling at you and going, here's my resume, here's my email, here's like a website, here's the credentials, the clicks, the views or whatever, with people like trying to shoot their shot and all this other stuff. And y'all continue to ignore those things, continue to go, well, we don't want to cater games with these audiences because, you know, this or that or the other. When you have game companies who literally go, the bad guys are people who use, like, black power fists as their logo. When you just continue to have, like, those, it's one of those, you know, you probably could have hired black people then. That would have been a good idea. You could have done that.
I just want to love.
That was Ubisoft. Yeah,
I want to love Ubisoft so much.
These
no, I can't put Ubisoft.
They're literally sitting around talking about something's missing. Everybody's suggesting everything that's missing. Like, no, that's not it.
Here's like, I don't see the connection. I don't see the connection.
No, it's not it. It's literally it.
It's right in your looking face. I'm just still looking at the edit button. I just want the edit button.
It's like before. It's like let's ask like let's ask a few black people, is this a good idea? And literally just be like, no. Just be like, nah, fam, that's not it.
Wait, hold on, wait. And then when we tell you, right? Listen the first time. Like, don't do the thing that y'all always do when we tell you not to do something. Y'all do it anyway when you have to sit there and look at you go, Now,
we've listened to the community.
Why do you even ask?
Real quick.
We've listened to the community. No, you didn't, or you wouldn't have done it the first time, dumbass.
They're gonna keep asking community. Community not gonna answer anymore.
Community is gonna start roasting. That's about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we like, we're here to listen. We're here to listen to it, and this is going to be like, "Fuck you," and that's it. Like, that's the interior of that. Like, tell us what we need to do. Fuck yourselves. That's it.
Reclaiming my time.
You're not gonna get information. You're not gonna get information anymore. You're just gonna get obscenities.
They can pay us for information. I'll take some payment.
Hey, if you want to pay me to tell you to go fuck yourself, I will definitely take that check.
I mean, I'll take the check. I'll take the verified check. Like, we can make me a partner right now. Let's go.
Oh, wait. You want to have us as experiments and betas in your programs, but don't want to compensate nobody for nothing. Listen.
Right.
Well.
I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about... Still, you want to know what still, like, is messing me up? First of all, God bless people like Ebonic Sims and X Mirror Mirror for being out here and doing the work that they do. Because... when I think about these things where companies are like, we should really like try hiring people, try to increase our workforce. I think about people like them who have like made all of this content, have built whole communities around building this content that the company then decides, you know, enough black people said, built whole communities around, have tried to monetize this whole thing that we're just going to go ahead and just take all the work that you spent years doing, just kind of casually sprinkle it in.
Ridiculous.
And it's just like, y'all literally could have hired Mira. Literally could have.
Literally.
Just slid her the check and let her do her thing. And support her when she does the thing. Don't be out here hiring these black people and then be like, figure it out. Like, y'all need to have support systems in place. But that's a discussion for a different day because y'all didn't come for that today.
They never do what makes sense. They'll never do what makes sense.
No.
Because here's the thing, whether y'all want to admit it or not, we're more profitable than you're able to ignore at this point. So,
we're talented, we're funny, we're consistent, we're
out here with all of these traits, then some, and y'all just realized like we're not out here just all broke and destitute and things.
Diversity is a thing, right? Like diversity is a thing where you literally have like maybe like I see on the timeline maybe 4 or 5 of the same streamer. Like this type of person, that type of person, a Dr. Lukeable type, a Shroud type, a this type. A tap man type, and they're all the same. And
also, by the way, those same 5 people that Kevin is talking about are the same people who are just like, literally stop asking me. Here's a list of other people. Like, you've had this list going around forever. We are willing to hand you on a platter a whole thread, 3 whole threads, because y'all keep asking for them, of people who only do art, who only do a particular style of art, who produce their own music, who do content for this and this and this and the other thing, and y'all are just like, nah, just these 5 people, though.
Yeah, let's shoehorn people who don't know how to do these things and have them do these things and then being surprised, well, they can't do these things. Like, how many times, like, there was a running gag of, like, Tim not being able to win, not being able to get a dub in Fall Guys. And I look at Cheese, and Cheese got dubs. Cheese is running dubs. I've seen Cheese get 3 dubs in a sitting of Fall Guys. But guess what? Tim ain't got a dub. And then all of a sudden it's like it becomes a running, oh, Tim ain't got a dub, man. Tim ain't got a dub. So then it becomes like, instead of like winners, people who actually get in and kill games, crush games, rock, get the views, get the peeps in, and then it's always like, okay, these 5, the 5.
Yep.
And again, somebody's got to be on a floating island.
Yeah. So when somebody decides that I'm gonna leave the platform, it's almost like a power vacuum sums up when you can't just be like, hey, how about we just show you all of our great and wonderful, all of our great and wonderful diverse cast, instead of it being like 4 or 5 of the same people. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude.
Why does it take us? Why does it take us having to leave to get attention?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
that's leaving. Maybe leaving the platform or leaving this earth, if you want to be quite honest.
And so you got you got that part going. Mm-hmm. But y'all got that happening. But then you also have things like, imagine for a moment. Mm-hmm. The way that we have to have this conversation for people to just sit in a room and casually decide, I guess it would be kind of nice if we had more of those type of people working here. Mm-hmm. Imagine being able to say that as a company. Like, just imagine you literally going specifically, we should have more black people or brown people in general in this office.
Do that.
Like, they literally aren't hiring people who are qualified. You just went, hey, we should just get more brown people. Like, So y'all just been hiring this whole time regardless of people who are, like, qualified just because they're not brown? Is that what y'all were doing? Really?
Are they sharpening pencils? Getting coffee. Are they filling up the Are they filling up the copiers? Like I'm talking about.
These people just learned how to change toner without messing up their clothes last week. I'm just upset about it.
Right.
The hidden figures of Twitch.
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much. Imagine that.
Yikes.
Imagine that.
Sheesh.
Imagine that. Do better. That's my 2 words. Do better.
Yeah, just want to point out there's a Black Tech podcast. Hey, those in the audience, those who listen to this audio podcast, tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Please do.
Yeah. Tell your friends.
Because we here, we exist. Just saying.
All 4 of us.
I'm sorry, how many?
4.
Oh, okay. Oh, for some reason I heard 3.
He said 4.
Yeah, for some reason I heard 3. I was like, wait, huh?
No.
Like, just make this announcement. Damn it.
The one thing about the word 4 is it has 4 letters and it stays the same. It's 4 and 4.
We know what else? We know what doesn't stay the same? Sega's Japanese arcade business. Sega does not press continue. Their Japanese arcade business is being sold due to the coronavirus pandemic.
No.
The second wave is
sold
real.
Sold to whom?
Sega.
Let's see. Where did it go?
F.
Can we get some F's in the chat for?
It doesn't say who they sold it to, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Well.
Oof. Oh, yeah.
Guess I'm
I swear I'm not seeing
show
it.
my Sega anymore.
You got, Uncle. You got a arcade cabinet of Outrun.
No, I just got the Genesis. That's all.
Jinda. There we go.
Say, like, Space Harry.
Sold to Jinda. I've never heard of Jinda. But then again, I don't know a lot of Japanese companies that aren't strictly like video game developers and publishers.
I wonder if my Sega still works. Actually, it's in storage right now. I need to find out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you were playing Japanese arcade games, Sega.
Yeah.
Actually, I wonder what that looks like for future Yakuza games at this point.
But this is the arcade. This would be like the arcade bit,
Right, but in the Yakuza games, you could play those arcade games.
But you can still play the Yakuza. It's not the
future.
pandemic in your
Future. If
It's not
Sega doesn't
pandemic,
own
it's-
if Sega doesn't own the arcade business anymore, will you still be able to play Sega arcade games in Yakuza? How?
Emulators.
because look.
I mean, it depends on if they sell it or who they sell it to. Because
Right,
it's
it's
like,
a licensing
who does
issue at
rights?
that point.
That's
Not the
true.
business, not the bit. It's just they can't do the arcades anymore, man.
Dang.
They can't do the.
It's
I think the
arcade business. I don't think
concern
they
is, like,
own the
about
license
how
anymore.
this is how that might be like how it might be allowed to be represented in the
Yeah,
future.
like you still they don't own that arcade business anymore. They may not own those licenses to actually feature the arcade games in the games. They may own the game, but maybe not the arcade part.
Virtual Fighter still exists. You can still play Virtual Fighter on the home console. You can still play Outrun.
I'm not saying. I feel like we're having another disconnect.
I don't know. I'm very clear. I'm like, no, I'm very clear. I speak the words that games out in my mouth. Listen, I am very clear in my words. It doesn't matter. Simple in my words, simple in my execution. It is good. Just be
I don't know
like,
how long it's going to take for another Yakuza to come out, but it's almost like I want to put a bet. I want to put a bet on this, but I ain't got that long. I don't have the patience.
Another Yakuza game is coming out. It's out.
Again, not saying this one. Not saying Yakuza 7. I'm saying Yakuza 8.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Not the current one. I'm not saying they're going to retroactively take all the games out in a patch, which they could totally do.
Somebody call Yu Suzuki so we can get a Suzuki-san and get a clarification on this, please.
That's what we need. Just call Seika.
Yes.
I'm not gonna take the arcade games out the games.
Again, my statement is not current games that are out, future games that they're going to make. Like Yakuza 8, Shenmue 4.
No, they could.
No, there's not going to be a Shenmue 4.
Okay.
Because Shenmue... No. People not go back that well again after Shenmue 3.
I bet you in 10 months, Sin gonna post an article, Shenmue 4 in development. Said, damn, Negro Thomas strikes again.
Be like,
I was like, at this point, we're just speaking things into existence, and we should stop.
Yeah.
Things are gonna get real dangerous after a while.
Yeah.
We're just gonna dub that over. This is not gonna happen. In fact, the games will be unaltered in the future, and actually, everything will be just. Oh, this is my part. This is what I've been waiting for. I didn't miss it.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen here. First of all,
Hey,
my God.
Just so you know, this is an audio podcast too. I probably need to get to that part. Sorry, Anka's new here.
I was watching the stream. I was like, ooh.
Technically employee number 0, but also the newest one here.
I got ahead of myself. I saw your stream. I was going off the deep end.
All right. For our audio listeners who can't see this,
Yeah.
GameStop made a TikTok contest for employees where the prize is more hours to work.
Did I tell you?
Can I just tell you, with the entirety of my being, with the full fury of the ancestors, and as close as I can get to this microphone, fuck capitalism forever. Forever. Get that and send it to your mom, your grandma, your auntie. Take it to the church if you want to. Fuck capitalism. That is some utter trash.
That was a full-throated rebuke.
Wow.
You are literally out here. You got people tap dancing on the front porch for fucking chicken and watermelon for GameStop.
Y'all know that episode of Tom and Jerry where Tom was dancing?
You know what? I'm mad. So for those, again, for the audio listeners, I tried loading this video. It's so removed from YouTube. It's so I got to restart the whole damn computer to watch.
Well,
now wait, I'm wondering. I'm wondering, is it the video? Oh no, actually no. I think it's my computer. I actually do think it's my computer this time.
No, your computer caught on to the video.
Hold on, let me try another browser. Let me try another browser real quick.
Yeah, try another browser.
That they made a whole video. I'm just, how dare they say, for more hours?
How much I'll dance for 10? No, for 10. 10 hours for the whole store. 10 hours.
Dance for your job if you want to get paid. What kind of clowns do people look like?
Millie Rock for a better shift.
That's so that was the most disrespectful thing I have ever seen. Look, not the black lady in the back.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Oh no. What? Nah, I don't want this Pennywise shit. Nah, fuck that.
Yeah. Turn off autoplay.
No.
Also, I hate being on straight YouTube with no, types of filters on it because boy, YouTube will give you anything.
They have a lot of nerve. That was the worst. GameStop was already going downhill, and they had a lot of nerve to pull this stunt. I want to know, once again, who co-signed to proceed with this idea and headline it the way they did.
Because, wait, you want to know what? watch it be either black people dancing or white people trying to dance like black people and failing. Watch it be that. But
yeah,
That's
like
what it
TikTok.
looked like.
But then on top of that, okay, and then of course if you read the article, of course they're saying you're gonna get these other prizes too, but they didn't mention that. If they had, like, they didn't mention that at all. It's like dance for more hours.
Well,
What?
I mean, here's the thing. Okay, so the articles are going to point out what they're going to point out in order to get us to feel the emotions they want to feel. I don't care what the rest of the things are. You literally said these people are dancing for working hours in addition to anything else. Okay, so we're going to give you 5 extra working hours and an Amazon gift card. The hell you say? Literally put me over here for the amount of hours you need me to work and pay me, please. What do you mean out here like? Well, if you decide that, dancing isn't your thing, it sure would be a shame if you didn't get hours this week.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like
y'all don't give these people, like, let me break this down real quick. You don't give these people salary. You don't give these people insurance. They don't have health, dental, vision insurance, none of it. You
unless
give
you're management. Allegedly,
barely.
I don't know.
You can't even get hand sanitizer if you're management at GameStop. We talked about that earlier this summer. Let's not. So we're out here talking about all of this, and then they have the nerve to tell us watermelon, watermelon, watermelon. We need you to dance on the chitlin circuit for extra hours.
They said dance if you want to survive, basically.
Mm-hmm. Do
like,
it.
what?
How one GameStop? How dare you?
How did they survive the pandemic? How did
Mm-hmm.
GameStop survive the fucking pandemic?
I have no idea. Cause they
literally.
Oh wait, they did partner with
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
you want to know how they survived it? They probably had the extra switches that people wanted and couldn't get online because of scalpers. That's probably how. Anyway,
Yeah.
the way my rage is set up for this.
What you say? As somebody who has worked in a game store before,
you better not
I would have
never.
legit quit. I would have been like, no, that is not my deal. That is not my goal. That's like, dude, I don't mind not having those 10 hours. I have $100. I can just buy stuff off Amazon. I don't need that. I don't. Like, it gets to the point where it's like, that's why retail dies. That's why brick and mortar retail dies, because it's literally like shenanigans like this, and that shenanigans like this that really truly kill that.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, oh, dance for your job, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna sit there and dance with you, because I don't like y'all like that.
On literal TikTok though, like
TikTok.
they literally said do it for the Vine.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna do it.
How about don't dance for hours, but we'll give you these nice, gifts if you do participate in this contest. But we're not gonna make you dance for food.
Also, an aside real quick.
Yeah.
Who at the top level, someone whose job title starts with a chief something or other,
I'm about to look that up because
whomst the entire fuck decided that it was an appropriate thing to do to go, we're going to tell our stores nationwide that if they want extra hours, they have to enter. Could you imagine just sitting at a desk and going, entertain me, peasants, and I might bless you with additional hours for your store?
I'm gonna go with.
It is the second episode of Lovecraft Country.
So I'm gonna go out and say it's probably who the chief marketing officer. Because I'm looking at the article, they were working with a company called Incisive, and I went to look up that company, and apparently it's a marketing firm.
Oof. Oof.
So apparently, this was a marketing ploy to get GameStop employees to dance for TikTok.
I think that would be Frank. Frank,
it would be
you know who
different
you
if
are.
you said. I think it would be different if you said like, "Hey."
I'm certain that
Here's what we'll do.
LinkedIn.
Hey,
I
if y'all,
googled it.
If y'all said
Got
something
my man's
like,
picture and everything.
"Hey, what we're gonna do is be like, hey, we'll give you a gift card for something."
Yeah.
if you decided to do something. We'll
Right.
give you a pick of a game from the store if
Right.
you help us do this promotional thing or whatever. That would be different. But you literally told these people their fucking work hours. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that was
Work
the
hours.
best idea
Like,
of 2020.
you literally said, hey, I know that we cut your hours this week, but you can make them up if you dance for TikTok. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Also,
Let me
like,
mute
at
myself
what
real
point?
quick.
My thing is too. So it's like the law of equivalent exchange for the weebs out there. If you gain, if one person gained something, someone else just lost something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a byproduct. It's like
It just
you gained community rage, and you lost your ever loving fucking minds. that's the law of equivalent exchange right there for me.
or me, you gain the winner of said TikTok challenge gained hours, which means somebody who lost it lost hours.
Yes, so
Somebody
their
ain't working because you won a TikTok challenge.
right.
Somebody
And
ain't getting paid.
Let that sink in for a second. You lost a TikTok challenge.
And therefore
Like-
you don't get paid.
Like, imagine like people doing the TikTok challenge and then just be like, "Yeah, we're gonna cut your hours. You didn't win the TikTok challenge."
But you know what's even worse? Like, in the stores, extra hours on Black Friday in the middle of a pandemic.
That's
Like,
not what
what?
Store's gonna be closed. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. GameStop is an essential business.
oh, you're right. I forgot. Oh,
GameStop is an essential business.
Um,
So you got to go somewhere to buy your USB cables.
Best Buy.
I mean, to be
Amazon.
fair,
Price.
there'll be plenty of USB-C
Newegg.
cables to go over.
Target.
Target, Walmart. Hell, Walmart. If Walmart's looking better by comparison, you done fucked up.
Yeah.
Even Big Lots at this point.
Ooh.
I don't know about them big lots cables.
Listen, the way that I had to go downstairs and get me some water so that I would not turn into a desiccated corpse for this conversation. It is so salty, it is drying out my skin. This is so ridiculous.
Yeah, I got water on hand. I'm just like,
Give me some wine.
Oh,
wine sounds nice by now.
Oh.
Cold blue moon. Yes, please.
yeah. Why? Just
Yikes.
Wine.
The nerve, like just the raw audacity.
Yep. Look at that.
that sounded refreshing. Just a click. All right, let's.
Water pour ASMR.
You know something? I truly hope that the people who are there see what they are out here trying to do for the culture in the name of whatever their relevance is, and just be like, you know what, we're good. Go work for the Geeks God. Go work for the Geeks God for Christmas and figure it out.
Phase out like Circuit City. Just phase out. Go ahead.
Like Sam Goody's is fine.
Again, I hope that these employees. I hope that these employees find gainful employment elsewhere. But
Yeah. Nah,
I mean,
this ain't
it's sad. It's sad when these people are out here. They're trying to survive, but they're being made to jump through hoops like this.
That ain't the way.
This is fucking insane.
That's not how we do
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
That's
Like,
not how you do things. No.
wow.
So,
Child.
what if I share some good news with you?
Oh, I would like that.
Dungeons 3 is free on Epic Game Store as part of deals for this week.
Oh.
No, you may-
No, I'm
Dungeons
good
3?
with that.
Okay.
No, I mean, go ahead and take yourself over to the Epic Game
Yeah.
Store, and before somebody decides to come out of pocket in these mentions and whatever, whenever they listen to a future episode of this podcast, there's literally no difference between this and anywhere else that you go and buy games. Just go and buy
Yeah, just
the game.
and it's free. So I mean, it's free game.
See-
What are we doing?
See, I'm totally fine with a company actively wanting to give me free games. That's why the only launcher that I have a problem with is Origin, because it's not the most convenient.
Well, I mean, their games are coming to
Ever.
Steam anyway, so.
But see, that's the thing. When I was having this conversation with Rob about it. Game it's on if it's on Steam, you still need to have Origin
Oh, it was still
access.
that. Oh, it's still
But
that.
funny, but guess what game? But guess what game doesn't require you to have Origin?
I'm gonna say The Sims.
Nope.
What?
Apex Legends.
Oh.
You know, the one game that actually makes EA money.
Oh. The Sims does too.
Not Apex money.
I mean. Oh, speaking of which, I don't think it's in here, but speaking of EA, don't forget that EA Access or EA Play, excuse me, comes to Xbox Game Pass next week. And also to celebrate the release, to celebrate that, Star Wars Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order, will be available on Game Pass on November 10th. Or this is 10th, right? Xbox and then PlayStation, right? Or is it the other way around?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay. Jedi Fallen Order will be available at launch on Xbox Series X on Game Pass.
Awesome.
So yeah. Updates. Kev, did you update your phone?
Oh, I did.
Oh, fantastic. The November security patch for Google Pixels are out. So if you have not done so already, update your phone. It was very cool.
And while we're talking about other
cool.
things that you should do, because, you know, security reasons and being the wise, wonderful people that you are, to factor your stuff.
Do it.
Two-factor that shit.
Do it. Watch OS 7.1 is now available for your Apple Watch fans. HomePod software 14.2 and tvOS 14.2 are available. macOS Catalina 10.15.7 is available. Still waiting on Big Sur. They're in release candidate. They released the release candidate this week for developers, so it's close. macOS 11 is almost out. And Apple or iOS and iPadOS 14.2 is now out with new emojis and HomePod intercom support and so much more.
Hey.
Which kind of sucks because I really wish I could use the intercom feature without a fucking HomePod. I would just like to intercom my wife's iPhone and just call it a day. Instead of her texting me every time, come eat. Like, literally, my text message thread for her is just come eat, come eat, come eat, come eat, come eat, come eat. She never texts me nothing else. I don't think she loves me.
Oop.
I was like, I love you, come eat.
Well, you better come eat this. You're gonna come eat this food I cooked.
She got mad at me yesterday because she texted me come eat and I didn't move. So she called me and said, look, food's here. I'm like, I just got your text message. Calm down. But you said you were hungry. I was watching a video. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll come eat now. Let's see here. Yeah, so new wallpapers, new emoji. Yeah, whole bunch of stuff. Definitely check it out. But that's gonna do it for this week.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that bit of sugar followed that very intense bit of spice.
Yes.
I was wondering why somebody got silent, but she's muted. So, like, did we lose her? I don't know. I can't. Like, it's hard to tell when there's only three of us I can see.
Anka, come back.
Anka, you good? I think Anka's getting wine.
Oh, never mind. I can see it in the chat. She just wrote BRB.
Be right back. Okay.
Yeah. I forgot. You should probably check that. Sorry, guys. Hi, young hip boy. Hi, Skill Will. I see you. Just not all the time.
Skillian William. Me and Will were talking. Me and Will were talking real heavy about the Xbox Series S and X this morning, and we talked about pretty much who should who should buy an S, and pretty much who should buy an S is people who don't care about storage, and people who don't care about and kids, and people who don't care about 4K, and that's it. And and according to one person that we saw on YouTube, who I will not mention their name, because it fits easily in entertainment centers. So that's a reason to not buy a big console, because it's small and it fits in places.
I feel like you didn't name this person for a reason. I
The reason
almost
why I
want to
didn't-
venture a guess as to who it is.
I think you're probably not going to guess that person.
No?
No, I don't think you're going to get. I don't think you're going to get that person. That person is not the person you think it is.
Oh, I was thinking Linus.
No, not Linus.
Oh.
I don't fuck with Linus. I fuck with Timmy Joe. So that's pretty much it. Timmy Joe is my favorite Canadian tech tuber, and does not make me want to punch my screen every time.
Yeah, see, that's why I thought you didn't want to name the person, because
Right.
I thought it was the one that I would not like.
No, I don't. No, I would literally tell you I don't like Linus. Open rebuke. Name and shame. You know me. But it's just like this particular person was like, yeah, he was basically going off for like a couple minutes about the variations of it, and I was literally like, I am the most bored, and like this, what does this have to do with anything? And you're not really, and you're giving me a whole bunch of non-answers, like the person that we know, and I'm like, bruh, I'm fin to let this go. I'm gonna let this go because you're not giving me definitive answers as to why, when I just watched another person so eloquently explain it better than you. But yeah, cut him off. So I was like, okay. But yeah, me and Will talked about it on the stream a bit. So
It's to say that I want to buy one. I want to buy an Xbox just so I can just shoot an unboxing video for it.
dude, you're gonna get an Xbox. I don't know what. It's probably that now, but in the immediate future, you're gonna get one. Like me, I'm gonna get one. You're gonna get one. It's gonna happen. It's just probably not now. It's like not at launch.
And that's the thing. It's like I want it because I couldn't get the 3080. Like it's that consolation prize for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't want that. I really need to stick to my guns and just wait for a 3080. But I need to stop.
It.
I think you're gonna.
I got to.
I think you're gonna get both, Major.
I have to wait for the 3080.
I really truly
You
think you're gonna
need
get
both.
both.
I'm not gonna. I'm not like. It's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna buy one at launch. I don't feel like there is a need.
I'm not gonna
for
buy one at launch, but he's
Like,
going to buy one.
Yeah, I'm going. Okay, if that's because like I'm not arguing that. Like that's a given. I've already said that I will buy an X.
Just look cool.
It's just that I really want 3080. That it's not a hard.
Are
It's
you
not a hard.
debating between 3080 and the Series X?
Yes, like
Okay,
right now.
you already know the answer. Get the X. Okay, I will clear it up for you. Get the X. That's fine. Don't even worry about 3080.
She's still on probation, right? Like Anka is still on probation. Like we're not on that other channel now. This is mine. I could just call this whole show illegitimate and throw out all the votes.
A hard decision. It's not even it's barely a hard decision. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're right. It's not a hard decision at all. Like I've got a plan. It's just, man, I just need to wait and actually stick to my guns on this one.
Yeah.
I really thought it was going to be easier to get a 3080 at this point. Anywho, man, let's get up out of here. Yo, Sin, you're back. You made it home safely. What you got going on this week?
Trying to be even remotely productive, and also trying to make sure that we got, that I have people to talk to, that I have ice cream in the freezer, that I have food for a week or two in the house, so I don't have to go out as much because things are going to be chaos here in a bit, and all of that. Trying to catch up with work things, which has been a wonderful time. And I got some new books, so I'm looking forward to reading those.
Turn it up.
Okay.
That's awesome. Hmm?
What you got?
So I have been playing a whole bunch of Adventure Communist, and it's free on iOS and
I could
on
never figure
iOS
out
and
that version.
huh?
I could never figure out that version. I was
Yeah,
playing the capitalist one. I tried the
yeah,
communist one. I couldn't figure it out.
yeah. I like the Communist one a lot better than I did the Capitalist one.
I might have to sit and focus with that one.
Yeah, so I would definitely check this game out because this game is free.
How are the
It's
ads in
fun.
it? Because I stopped playing capitalist because it got real ad heavy.
It's not really ad heavy. It's more like, hey, do you want to watch an ad? Like it's basically like you have to click on something to watch an ad,
Okay, I know
and it's like,
it like ads popped up on me like with
mhm.
like unprovoked ads popped up on me in capitalist, and I was like, yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, communist is not that bad. With funny that I'm saying that, but yeah, it's not that bad when it comes to ads. It's like, hey, you want to get boost? It's like over to the corner to the side, and it's not even like it's more like a little thing that just says boost. And but if you don't look at it, it's like it is what it is. Um, but it is nice. It is fun. It is a free to play game, so expect the free to play game stuff. But other than that, it's pretty dope to play. I play it and listen to like my true crime podcasts, and it's been my nice decompressing this because I started on Tuesday. I started on like Tuesday, Wednesday, and it has been my like decompressing force because, whoo, this week is crazy.
Mm.
Um, and just been playing a whole bunch of city builders and graveyard keeper and yeah, just relaxing and moving over to Steam Apex because that way it gives me one less game to play on Origin until until Sims 4 cuts the bullshit and lets me. If I don't have to play. Now, if I get EA Play, and I could play Battle for Neighborville on Xbox on the Xbox app thingy, Game Pass thing, I will be pretty happy. So looking forward to that. Oh, Dragon Quest is coming out. Dragon Quest 11 Definitive Edition is coming out on Game Pass next month. So if you have, and the demo's out. So if you want to play that, I'm going to be
It's
playing
like
that.
10 hours
though.
of content, ain't it?
It's like 10 hours a
Like
game.
10 hours.
It's like
Yeah,
10 hours. It's wild.
I kind of want to try that. Just was
Yeah.
like that. That's a game right there.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's dope that they're giving you like 10 hours of content for free to play and see if you actually really like it. But I know I'm probably going to play it for like 2 hours and be like, sold. So, but yeah, go check that out. And that's me.
Anka,
I'm here.
what you got going on this coming up week?
Well, we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel at work.
Yay!
Finally. Yeah, that's getting better. Thank God. Finally. I started playing Genshin Impact. That's pretty fun.
Oh, good.
I really like it. I like the mechanics and everything. I was hoping to stream it soon, but you guys know what happened today, so that's anyway. And other than that, I'm just trying to organize my room because, of course, I moved back with my parents on the 15th of October, so my room is a hot mess. I'm trying to organize everything. Because I don't like living in a messy space. It crowds my thinking.
Okay.
And just trying to get things back on track financially and surviving the rest of this year, you know. Yeah. That's all I got going on.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Of course, for me, Extra Life. I do want to take a little bit of time and thank the community for those who do come through the streams, who follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, for coming through this year. This has been amazing. Granted, because it is the pandemic, not a lot of people working. There's not a lot of free money to go around. But somehow, for Duke Children's Hospital, I've raised $1,933. I don't know how. Other than just the love, the amazing support of the community. So I thank you all for that. Which will make game day for me a whole lot easier, because now I'm like, I'm just going to play games and just chill while everybody else is scrambling to try to make that money. Which is how I kind of like to approach Extra Life game days. Of course, from 2 to 7 p.m. over twitch.tv/recollective_. And I need to get that link. I forgot to create a command for that. And I made one for the podcast. See, I did do some work this week. I think I've been posting it on Twitter, so definitely check Twitter. We'll be streaming over there from 2 to 7 p.m. I think we're doing a one-shot. We're doing some Among Us. So yeah, I actually created a character. I don't know, because there's so many different things. I'm not sure if it's D&D is like the collective term for all of this. I'm gonna defer to Sin because I have no idea. But I created a character so I can do this one shot. I'm really excited to play it and figure out how I can fuck this up as a solely video game player trying to play a pen and paper RPG. That's what I was looking for. That's the term I was looking for. So that's that. I've also built a couch streaming setup, which of course you can't see because I moved everything out of the way. But I successfully tested a couch streaming setup on Monday. So when I get back to streaming Watch Dogs Legion, I will be able to watch it on my TV while everybody will see the non-HDR, very washed out version of that game. It honestly, yeah, if you look at that on Twitch, if you look at Watch Dogs Legion on my Twitch or on this channel, it looks horrible. Not like HDR content on non-HDR displays look terrible. But on this TV, oh my God, it's amazing.
Chef's kiss.
Oh, it's so good. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry that y'all can't see it. Take my word for it. It's amazing.
They'll be all right.
So I built a whole...
As long as you're comfortable, hey, vibes.
So I built a whole setup so I could still stream it on this PC with all the overlays, but I'm gonna watch it on I'm gonna play it on my TV.
I wish I could do that. I would be way too. No, I take that back. I'd be way too comfortable. I'd probably fall asleep.
See, so what I'm doing is I'm taking it back to like.
Oh, now with the snoring on stream and everything.
But so like I'm taking it back to how I used to stream. Before I like had my computer and my setup and all this stuff. Like I used to stream from a console and then have a computer to capture footage for YouTube later.
Oh,
so I've kind of replicated that in a sense. And of course, I was told not to do it.
Who told you? Oh, yeah.
I was told not to buy it.
No, see, let me tell you how this went down. Major came to us and was like, yo, talk me out of buying this. And we were like, because you know me, I'm a huge enabler. So I be telling like, dude, whatever. I just said get the 3080 and the Series X. You know, it is what it is. So I'm a huge enabler. So he tells me, talk me out of it. So I'm like, because I'm an enabler. I tried to talk him out of it. Yeah, exactly.
I put it for all the tech. I put it for all of the chat. I said, yo, y'all convinced me not to buy this.
And we did. And we came up and we were like, no, you don't need it. You already have a pretty good mic setup already. You're good. that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah, you. And then what happened? What the next day? The next day, or the
So
day 2 days later, he takes a picture of it and says like, "I did a thing." I'm like, you know what? You know what? Don't
so
ask me that no more.
so okay.
See, like this is the kind of thing right here that makes me want to like fight people. Like, stop asking me to talk y'all out of
No,
what y'all grown asses are gonna go
can
out
all
of
right.
here and do.
So
You knew you were gonna go and buy that microphone, especially
so
because you were gonna have that stream from the couch. You knew what you were gonna do over there.
but okay, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I did buy the way so for those who couldn't see on the podcast, I was holding up an Elgato Wave 3 microphone.
Yep.
I was not going to buy the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
I legit was not going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason why I bought it is because that idea of the couch stream happened after I asked.
Mm-hmm.
It happened after. I was not thinking about couch streaming until one of my viewers came in to the stream and was like, why does that game look so washed out? And I looked at it and said, you're right, it does. And I turned on the TV and said, oh, it looks better over here. What if I could stream over it? But then I can't move this over there. I think I need to buy a new microphone. So that's how that happened.
Yeah.
If I knew that couch stream was going to happen before I asked y'all, I would have never asked.
Uh-huh.
I would have never asked. I would have just bought it.
Uh-huh.
But see, what y'all don't know about me, all I need is just one small reason to do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have it.
Of reasons not to. I don't know why you ask us. Why you ask us?
See, that's the thing. When I asked, I didn't
Right,
have a
no,
reason outside of
Right.
I just want to spend money.
Nah,
Right.
you already knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't know nothing about that couch stream until
I-
that day.
I'm that weird type where it's like I want something and then I want something. It's like when I want something, nothing stops me. Like I want something, this is gonna happen. Like I wanted this phone, I got this phone.
See,
So that was what it was. But there be some times where I'm like, I want something, I'll be needing something, and I just need somebody to just tell me to get it.
and I think that's what it is too.
Right.
It's like, I want it, but like
Right.
for me, it's like because I know I have this microphone. That's why I haven't replaced it. I've thought
Right.
about that too, but I know. See, now that I have that reason for okay, I want to stream from my couch.
Right.
Now I have the reason not to replace this microphone because I need to keep this one here. It's the same reason why my DSL, my mirrorless camera, is still here and not over there. Because
Yeah.
it's a pain to move that shit, try to refocus it, because I have to have it on manual focus. If I turn autofocus on this thing, you'll see like it's not a clean HDMI signal anymore.
Right.
So like I have the reasons why I did it. However, I made a second reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it was when I was
The white Kevin is sipping through the straws. He said,
so I made a second reason. And it was when I started setting up, I realized that there's a bench. I'm not sure if you can see it.
"No,
So there's a small little bench I have here that has like some game stuff in it, but it's something I can sit on, but it's straight black.
Right.
I realized that, wait a second, I can use this for an unboxing. So I pointed a camera down at it, hooked up the Wave 3, and used it to record my voice while I unboxed the Xbox Series Elite Series 2 controller.
y'all, I need y'all to understand. He bought a microphone solely for the purpose of talking while opening a box.
You know
Yep.
what?
I could not.
You know what?
imagine living
You
this
know what?
luxurious
I
of a
thought y'all
life.
would support my hopes and dreams, but I can see where we at now.
Like I told you, I'm literally like the type to be like, dude, go get it, bro. Like I want this thing. Go get it. Like, but
And see, that's it.
but
I
I'm
used
like-
to live that life.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, being married for about 7 years changes that after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because now because it's my wife that's in the back of my head. Like, do you really need that? No, but I want it.
I'd be
Do you
like,
need
look,
it? No.
I'm the type of person I would be that type of husband. I'd be like, look, we paid the mortgage, the kid is fed,
That's
we got
again
new shoes.
two to
I'm getting
three
it.
2 to 3 years ago. That was
I'm
me.
getting it.
2 to 3 years ago, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what it was because I've done so much, I've amassed so much since then. It's like, do I really? I have so many things here. Do I really need more?
Yeah, I'm literally like that's what donation and that's what Goodwill and eBay is for. Like, bruh, Goodwill, like say eBay for what you want to sell, Goodwill for what you don't.
But see,
And
so that's the thing. Like, I don't like to sell it. I don't like to sell it.
Ah,
For me, I'm a person who, like, hey, do you need something? I've got it. I'm not using it anymore.
mm-hmm.
I'll just rather give it to somebody.
True.
Wait, give somebody what?
Whatever I have that I'm not using.
I mean, you can mail it to my house or at least run me through the list.
I mean, I don't have anything now, but hey, I'll let you know.
I mean,
believe it or not, I'm. Yeah,
keep all of us on the give line. You know.
Look, I mean, but see, that's the thing. Like, I'm not bullshitting. Like, I've bought like when webcams were running like water, I'll buy them up. And someone said, "Hey, I need a webcam." Like next day, the shit was being shipped. Like when I like, so I used to use external capture cards. I bought my internal one, so I had a whole bunch of Elgatos just sitting around. I shipped them out. I didn't need them anymore, and I'd rather somebody else benefit from it. Because, like, again, if they could have bought the card, if they could have bought the webcam, they probably would have done it. Like my nephews, I had 2 laptops laying around the house. School shut down. They need to do their work. I've got 2 laptops here I'm not using. Here you go.
Handcuff press.
Like, if I have the stuff that people need, or if they just want, but again, for one reason or another, they can't buy it, I'm not going to charge them for that shit. I don't care. I'm not hurting. And it was just sitting here in my house collecting dust. So it was one thing, like, okay, if I replaced my mic, I would have sent one. If I replaced it or realized I didn't need it, I mean, well, with the Elgato, I probably would have returned it. But because it's still new. But if I decided to replace my podcaster with the Elgato, I probably would have given the podcaster away. But yeah, I still need both, mainly because like just how the setup is. But yeah, like I've got headphones. Like if somebody ever really needed a Logitech G633, it's sitting here. I would say my SteelSeries Arctis 7s, but no, I don't trust that and would not send that to anybody because those actually did break. The wireless just kind of cut out on me, and I hate that. That's why I use wired headsets now. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I got some new stuff for the stream to do some unboxing stuff. I'm excited. Definitely check out the Xbox Elite Series 2 unboxing video that I did. I'm really happy with how that came out. You know, y'all can be mad at my microphone, but it's okay. Yeah, I bought a microphone for unboxings. Y'all can sit over there and stay mad. I don't care.
I'm like, I would have told you to buy it.
I'm just fucking with you. It's sick. It was sick. No, this was for sick coming from me. So I bought a microphone solely for unboxing. Yeah, I did it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. We're laughing about it, but the confession was made. That's it. That's all that I'm here for. It's fine. I got what I came for out of this situation.
All right, y'all. This show has been dragging on long enough. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays on behalf of KKS Game, on behalf of Cinziak, on behalf of the newest yet oldest member, Idios and Anka. Thank y'all so much. Of course, Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, watching any stream in the world. You could have been playing any game yourself, but no, you chose not to watch Charlie Brown and listen to us talk tech. And for that,
And other things. Whew.
and other things.
Will not have it.
And for that, I appreciate it. Hideo Tanaka's also really fun. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you and peace out.
Wakanda forever. Ye Bombay. Ye Bombay.